Going up on everything right now. We're talking gas, food, energy, homes, services, and now credit too. The economy looks as if it may be headed towards that word we all dread, recession. Former investment banker Carol Roth is with us tonight to talk about what that means for you, how you can best prepare, and also save and make some of those smart moves that Marky was talking about with this economic uncertainty. Carol, good to see you. I want to start with just something very basic, defining recession, since we haven't experienced one since 2008.
Yeah, recession is a little bit difficult to define because the National Bureau of Economic Research, who is the official definers of it, don't have an official definition. And they always tell you after the fact. They look at the data and they go, oh, it looks like the economy has contracted for several months, so now we're going to say it's a recession. If you ask somebody who is a longtime investor, old school investors, we will say that it is the GDP contracting for 2 months in a row, being in negative territory. So given the fact the first quarter was negative, that means we could be in a recession right now, or maybe we just squeak it out and end up in something called stagflation, which is a stagnating economy, but with that inflation that we're all dealing with.
Well, Carol, a big move today, as we mentioned, the Fed's raising the interest rates. What does that mean, and how will it impact people at home?
So the Fed funds interest rate is basically, in layman's term, a rate that banks lend to each other on sort of a short-term basis. It's one of their tools of monetary policy. When they change that around, they're trying to cool down the economy or basically control the inflation that they unfortunately in large part created. So when they bring that rate, when they bring the rate up and it's more expensive for banks on a short-term basis to get loans, that means that when they loan out money, it's going to be more expensive. And so it flows through both directly and indirectly, all different kinds of interest rates in the economy, from your credit cards to auto loans to mortgages and so on.
We asked folks online if they had any questions about the recession coming and also inflation. And I want to pass along a question to you, Carol, that caught our attention because it's a really basic thing that a lot of people are thinking about. Rain City Occupant on Twitter asked, I need to do a bath and kitchen remodeling project and need to get a HELOC, so a home equity line of credit. Should I wait to do this until the rates go down again?
So obviously we're operating with limited information here, but the first question I would have is, do you really need to do the bath remodel and the kitchen remodel? Is this something that you would just like to do? And if you would like to do it, maybe this isn't the best time for you to be tapping the equity in your home. Try to put it off for some time. In fact, in the future, God forbid we end up in a recession, it could be that the cost of the project actually goes down. Now, that being said, assuming that this is maybe something that you're doing for an investment purpose and not as an expense, and you have to get it done soon, the reality is that these home equity lines of credits, the HELOCs, are tied to the Fed funds rate. So as the Fed funds rate increases, as the Fed makes that decision and does further increases, this will likely go up before it comes down again. So definitely take that into account.
Be careful with the timing, needs versus wants. So we're all feeling the squeeze. Carol, it's good to see you. Thank you.
You as well.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.